Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into another deep dive. We got a really interesting one this time around, all about turning code into, well, cold hard cash.
Always a popular topic.
You got that right. We've got snippets from this podcast about making money with programming, and honestly, some of these claims, they're a lot,
Oh, I bet. Promise you the moon and the stars, did they?
pretty much. It's like learn to code, buy a yacht, but hey, we're here to dig into all that and see what's what.
Separate the hype from the helpful hints.
Exactly. So this podcast, they come out swinging, calling coding the future of making money. High demand, remote work, the whole nine yards. Expert speaker, is this just a load of marketing fluff or is there something to this?
Well, I mean, the future of making money thing, that's a bit much, maybe. But look, the world runs on code now, right? And that's not changing anytime soon.
That's true, yeah.
Every app, every website, even your smart toaster, it's all code. So the folks who can speak that language, they've got a pretty good shot at, well, yeah, making some money.
That makes sense.
Mm.
I mean, it feels like every other job ad these days wants some kind of coding skills.
For sure. And it's not just about knowing a language anymore either. It's about solving problems. This podcast, they highlighted fields like data science, AI, app development.
Oh, yeah, they mentioned those.
Those are hot right now, and that's where those big salaries they were talking about come in.
Yeah, those numbers, whoa. Okay, so let's say you're just starting out. This podcast, they throw a million ways to make money at you. Freelancing, building websites, creating these digital products. It's a lot. Where do you even start?
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Instead of chasing every opportunity, think about what fits you. Like, freelancing's great for testing the waters.
Okay, yeah, dipping your toes in before you, jump in the deep end.
Exactly. You could offer, say, simple website updates on those freelance platforms, build some experience, a portfolio, get comfortable. Plus, it's always nice to see that you got paid notification.
It is. Proof that your skills can actually translate into income. But what about people who, have their sights set on those high-paying jobs? Is freelancing even relevant then?
Well, landing one of those top-tier jobs usually takes a more specialized skill set, a stronger portfolio, the works. But that doesn't mean freelancing can't be part of the journey. Actually, it can even give you an advantage.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Think about it. When you freelance, you're not just coding. You're working with clients directly, understanding their needs, meeting deadlines, managing budgets.
Right, it's like running your own little business almost.
Exactly. And those are all things employers look for. It shows initiative, that entrepreneurial spirit. Plus, it proves you can handle yourself, manage your own workload.
So it's like freelancing isn't just about the side hustles like building a resume, but with actual tangible proof you can do the thing.
100%. You're building a track record, showing you can deliver.
This podcast, they were big on this whole niche thing. Don't just be a coder, be the coder for, say, gyms or restaurants. What's the thinking there?
Well, you'd rather be the big fish in the small pond.
Right. Stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. You specialize in something, become the expert for that specific client. You're not competing with every other coder on the planet.
Instead of being lost in a sea of freelancers, you're the, gym website guru or whatever.
Right. Charge a premium for that expertise, and your marketing, boom, way easier. You know exactly who you're talking to.
Makes sense. But how do you even pick a niche? Is it the industry you work with or the type of coding or...
It can be both, honestly. Maybe you're super into fitness, love the idea of building stuff for gyms. Maybe you're a total foodie, want to build those online ordering systems for restaurants. Find that sweet spot, your interests, and what you're good at.
That reminds me, they talked about digital products like it was a gold mine. Honestly, I'm a little fuzzy on what that even means. What are we talking about here?
So, think of it like this. You take your coding skills, right, and you create something once, but you can sell it over and over.
Okay, so instead of trading hours for dollars, you build something that keeps making you money, even while you sleep, ideally.
Passive income, baby. That's the dream. And with digital products, the possibilities, they're endless. Website themes, plugins for software, online courses, even full-blown apps, you name it.
Wow, okay. But why do people buy this stuff? What makes them pull out their wallets?
Because it solves a problem for them, provides value. Say you make a plugin that makes adding customer testimonials to a website, ridiculously easy.
Right, something businesses need, but might not have the skills to do themselves.
Exactly. You're saving them time, effort, maybe even helping them get more sales. Everybody wins. You've taken your coding skill and turned it into something anybody can use.
That's pretty cool. But this podcast, they made it sound easy, and I'm guessing it's not that simple.
You're right, it's not always a walk in the park. You got to have a good idea, build the thing, market it, support your customers. It's a whole thing. But the barriers to entry, pretty low. Don't need a ton of money to get started. You can reach the whole world from your computer.
Right, it's not like opening a brick-and-mortar store or something.
Exactly. And there's just something so satisfying about building something from scratch, seeing people use it, knowing your code is out there, making a difference.
They did talk about community a lot, and I have to say, the idea of, like, connecting with other coders, that seems huge, especially starting out.
Oh, it's massive. GitHub, Stack Overflow, those niche forums we talked about, game changers, seriously.
So it's more than just, like, troubleshooting code when you get stuck.
Way more. It's like a collective brain trust, you know? People who speak your language literally and figuratively.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's like a built-in network. Mentors, collaborators, even potential clients or employers, all in one place.
Exactly. A digital coffee shop, everyone's geeking out about the latest framework, sharing tips, helping each other out. Plus, you stay up to date, new trends, jobs, all of that.
That's awesome. But I got to be honest, that initial learning curve, that's intimidating. This podcast, they were throwing out languages left and right. JavaScript, Python, Ruby. Where do you even begin?
Trying to learn everything at once, right? That's like trying to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Think about your goals. What do you want to build? What problems are you interested in solving?
So have a destination in mind before you start packing your bags.
Exactly. Then you pick the language that'll get you there, like web development, JavaScript, essential. That's the language of the web browser, interactive websites, web apps, all that.
Okay, so JavaScript, king of the web. What about Python? I feel like that one's everywhere these days.
Python, that's your all-rounder. Readable, versatile, great for beginners. And it's got all these libraries and frameworks, which are like pre-built code, makes your life easier. You can use it for anything from data science and AI to, yeah, web stuff too.
So it's not about being like fluent in every single coding language out there. It's more like you pick the right tool for the job.
Exactly. Though having the right tool is just the first step, right? Not actually use it to build something.
This is where all that build projects advice comes in. This podcast, they were all about getting your hands dirty, even if it's just for practice.
100%. It's a one thing to like understand the concept of a hammer, right? But you got to actually swing the thing to build something.
Right.
Coding's the same way. You can read all about it, but until you're actually writing code, solving a problem.
Yeah, it's like you don't really learn it until you do it.
Exactly. And it's not always about like perfection, you know? It's about the process. Trying things, messing up, then having that aha moment when it finally clicks.
Oh, those aha moments. They were talking about those. And honestly, as someone who's dabbled, there's really nothing like it. When you finally crack the code, so to speak. But let's be real. It's not always fun in games. There are times when you just want to chuck your computer out the window.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated when it gets tough?
You got to remember why you started this whole thing. What's that big goal you're working towards? Dream job, building that killer app. Maybe it's just about the freedom and flexibility that comes with coding, right? Whatever it is, hold on to that.
Like write it down and stick it on your monitor, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's your North Star, you know? Guides you through those rough patches, keeps you going when you want to quit.
I like that, the North Star. Because it is a journey, this whole coding thing. Not a sprint, that's for sure.
Not at all. And remember, you don't have to do it alone either. Find your people. Online communities, a mentor. Coding can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
It's about finding your tribe. Those people who get it, who you can celebrate with, and who you can lean on when things get tough.
100%. And as you go through this journey, remember, the best coders, they're not just coding robots, you know? They're problem solvers. They're creative. They're always learning, always curious.
So it's about more than just the technical stuff. It's a mindset, a way of approaching the world.
Exactly. Hold on to that curiosity. Never stop exploring. And hey, who knows, maybe someday we'll be deep diving your coding success story.
I love it. Well, folks, there you have it, our deep dive into turning code into cash. Freelancing, finding your niche, building digital products, the power of community. We covered it all. Remember, the journey of 1,000 lines of code starts with a single keystroke. So get out there and start coding your future. That's a wrap for this deep dive. Catch you next time.